opened the envelope and it says you're half Southeast Asian and half Ashkenazi Jew. Everything I did, I was surrounded by Catholic people, and it was a huge part of my identity. I just stood in my kitchen in disbelief. I thought there must be a mistake. I Googled how often are there errors, like testing errors. Found out it's pretty small.
Yeah.
My father, who raised me, had been dead for years, so I called his sister and I said, Aunt Mary, I'm going to a diversity conference. Do we have any Jewish ancestry? And she said, No, we don't. So I called my mom, who lives about a half hour from me, and I said, Hey, Mom, are you home today? Can I stop by? And she's like, Yeah, sure. I drive over and I said, Mom, I did one of those DNA tests. And she said, Oh, those aren't very accurate. And I said, Mom, did you forget I'm a lawyer who got a man off of death row based on DNA evidence? She burst into tears and she said, I don't want to talk about it. And I said, Oh, yes, you will. I went full-blown lawyer on her. I said, Sit down. I get 5 minutes and then we don't have to talk about it anymore. And so I said, What do you remember? She said, I was a 50-50 chance that you were your dad's. I don't want to talk about it. And I said, Well, you're going to talk about it. You're going to tell me anything you know about this other man who apparently is my biological father. I said, What's his name? She says, I don't know. It was one night. I'm like, What?